Hi everyone, Michelle McGinnis here. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the energies that are going to be around us in the month of June 2021. I am sitting in let me move my camera real quick, in my 6-foot pyramid, copper pyramid, in the clarity room. This is where I do all of my meditations and I do my readings for people. So I wanted to start off. I have over 100 decks here in my office and utilize all of them at different times. So the first card that I pulled for all of us for the month of June comes from the Energy Oracle deck, and we received the card all tied up, which is interesting because we're just coming out of an eclipse at the beginning of June, the lunar eclipse. The energy of a lunar eclipse can last much longer than what a normal full moon would be. And so I say that understanding that if you did some type of meditation, I offered one in the Clarity Room membership site. And what we did is we cleared away some expectations that just were no longer serving us, or some judgments of ourselves. And then we work towards other ways in which we can take action steps towards living bigger, because that's what that eclipse was about: living bigger, like showing up more fully and with more authenticity with yourself. And to me, when we see this tied up card, this is telling us we're all kind of still at the beginning, at the beginning of June, of dealing with the energies of I'm noticing some dirt on my forearm. Um, is that we're still all dealing with the energies of that. We're still dealing with the releasing and letting go, and it can feel like we're tied up a little bit. And also this month we have Saturn in retrograde, and we currently have Mercury in retrograde. So when those things begin to go retrograde, especially the Mercury is your mindset. It is how you think, it's how you process. It is also the area of your communication. So when it goes into retrograde, a lot of the times people are saying it's time to go inward. And it's a time that if you are moving forward on something, to be very diligent on the details of what you're working on. That will be really important for you. And to me, that's what this card is indicating, is the energies of that will be felt at the beginning. We will feel kind of a little bit confined because, again, we have to go inward. And aren't we all tired of going inward with this COVID? I truly can understand that. But it's a good time to do it again, a little bit more gentler. I don't feel like it's going to be anything earth shattering by any means. But it's about you're feeling maybe a little blocked from your personal freedom. And maybe you're processing what is going on in June too, of what's happened during COVID. A lot of us are going through almost like PTSD syndromes for people who um, felt very isolated during this time. So knowing that you're feeling a little tied up at the beginning of the month, and then we're going to move further along in the month. And I pulled for the Moonology card, and we received a personal issue reaches resolution. So at the beginning, we may feel a little bit of like, oh God, this again, I got to deal with this. But know that this is the full moon in Cancer card. Personal issues reaches resolution. To me, that's always awesome because it's telling me that if you did do any work during the eclipse energy, and let me state this real quick: when you deal with energies that Mother Earth gives us, such as eclipses and full moons and the cycles, and you play within those cycles like the old ancients did, like people way before Sumeria, but even the Mayans, like a lot of people really were channeled or tapped into um, the energies of the planet. And we're just now starting to remember that again, to remember to do that. So if you're wanting to ride the wave of letting go of the expectations and then recreating what it is that you truly are willing to step forward more fully in your life. To me, this is indicating that, yep, that's gonna happen for you this month. And you can do it really quickly right now. I told you the energies are here for it. So whatever you're tied up about, let's write out a different mantra for ourselves. Let's do a releasing meditation for ourselves, and then hop into knowing that the resolution is going to come, which just means you have to be awake and aware to be able to see the resolution. We can't be sitting in the energies of the victimhood, which we all, even me, we all can get stuck into. So be aware of that. Um, that the resolution will make itself known in the month of June. And another card I pulled actually comes from the Metatron, the Archangel Metatron. And this one is a wake up call. Interesting, right? Because the wake up call kind of can indicate that there's something that you haven't been dealing with, and this is the month to deal with it. Like whatever it is, it's okay if it goes by the wayside because it'll appear again. That's what I always say to people. If you don't have the strength to deal with something right now, that's okay. It will reappear again for you so that you do so that you will deal with it. And that's what this month is about, it seems like. Really digging deep into our own internal dialogue because we've got the retrogrades going on. So, feeling a little tied up possibly at the beginning, knowing that there's a resolution and that actually the resolution is part of your wake up call. We all have these moments in our lives that we're like, that's what that was about. Okay, I can walk through this now. I feel safe and secure. And you can really feel that energy for the month of June of a month of expansion. Even though we're going inward work makes the expansion in the outer world. Let me say that again. Your inward work helps to make that expansion in your outer world. How cool is that? Um, Let me pull one more card from the energy deck. So it's this idea, if we follow through with our inner work, we deal with it, we find the resolution, we realize it was just a wake up call, right? That can feel, although it can feel overwhelming, we have an opportunity to dance in something different. Yes. And so to kind of sum it up, the garden and the gate. So she is sitting there, and she all she has to do is take that key and unlock that garden. She could even jump over it for um heaven's sakes. But there's a whole garden, and gardens represent abundance, whether it's abundance in um finances or relationships or beauty or projects. It's all waiting there for you. After we walk through what we need to do, after we do that inner work, by the end of the month, you can start to feel like, oh, all I have to do is take the key now and open it up. She doesn't see that yet, but she can. It's right there for her. Um, and she can be a part of it, because in this card it's indicating she's just looking at it, but she could open up and become a part of that whole garden, that whole beauty. And how gorgeous is that? Because by the end of June things are really starting to pick up. Like everything we planted in the spring, metaphorically and physically, is all coming up. So then it's time to enjoy the beauty of it. So at the beginning of the month might feel a little bit off balance. Do your work to get yourself into balance, knowing that when you do the good work for yourself, within yourself, not outside of yourself, it's no one else's issue or thought or problem. We have to do our internal work. You're going to find a plethora of beauty and expansion just waiting for you to do the taking. That to me that's transformation. That's transformation. That's exciting. All right. If you like this and would like your own personal readings, go ahead and click the link below so that I can do weekly readings for you, just like this, sent to your mobile phone for you to view all week long. Many blessings. Have a great June, everyone.